Okay, so I wanted y'all to see me at this bus stop here where y'all saw me trying to lie down and I can't do it. I can't lie down here and they are satanically abusing me, and I want to show y'all why I can't lay down. There's something right here. Something right here on this bench. As you can see, it's a whole handle, and it's pressing into the side of me trying to lie down with the baby bump. So first of all, I'm posting the Andrea Jones story and all the information for Africa and for anybody on this earth that does not condone the rape and mutilation of people's children as retaliation for shooting a white male in self-defense and dropping the charges and leaving me pregnant, abused with a baby in me, and then took my little boy and threatened to rape and kill him. So first of all, what I want to tell y'all that when I was in the Montgomery County Jail awaiting the trial, they arrested me September 18th, 2018, and the Conroe police gave Cynthia Olvera my little boy at the scene of where the shooting took place in the restaurant. So you'll have to look at my story a little bit to understand what happened, but I was in the Montgomery County Jail in Conroe, Texas, February 2019, and Cynthia Olvera started doing out-of-body experiences where she was coming up out of her body and coming up in my cell. So this is different than a spiritual visitation, like, you go to sleep and, the witch done came to you in your sleep, No, this was much different. She had an out-of-body experience where she actually came out of her body and came into my cell. This was after Jim McDougal had said that he found the evidence that they was lying on me in the jail. So they had been lying. I told y'all they arrested me, lied on the police report. September, October, November, December, they brought me to court dates. October 23rd, 2018, lying, saying they didn't have 911 calls. They was waiting for 911 calls. Then December, they came into the courtroom lying and saying they was looking for evidence and probable cause, and they was saying that I wasn't pregnant. And I had felt the baby moving in October, and I told them that I felt that I was pregnant as well, and I was bleeding. And so when she did this, January 2019, Jim McDougal came to me and said, "Oh, Andrea, I went and interviewed the man that was helping you and your son during the shooting, and you got a good witness. This is the father of the Conroe Police Department based off the evidence." And he said, "This shouldn't even have to go to trial." And then I said, "Jim, go and get my son." I said, "They got my son over there with Austin after he was attacking us and being violent with my son. They had my son over there with his family and him after he got shot. And this is a white male." And Jim was like, looking at me like I wouldn't make it out of the jail alive, even though he knew that it was the father of the Conroe Police. And even though he knew, like, I'm like, "Jim, go call CPS and tell them to go get my child from over there." And he was just looking at me like he could not do that. And so when Cynthia had the out-of-body experience, she came in my cell where they had me in the back of the Montgomery County Jail. She flew in my cell and said, "Woof." She flew in my cell, and she had demons. She came in my body. She gonna get in my body while I was sitting there in her spirit and crawled all up in my body. And she had the spirits of the inmates that were trying to murder me and poison my trays. My sister Larissa Jones was doing it. When she came in my body, she was demonically possessed, and she had a legion of demons. And the legion of demons that was inside of Cynthia was everybody that was trying to help murder me in the back of the Montgomery County Jail and cover up my evidence about my pregnancy and cover up the evidence that Austin was abusing me. And I'm going to tell you exactly what they said, because they all knew that this was some sort of death ritual and that they was doing witchcraft. And she had the Legion of Demons. She had my sister Shakina Jones. She had my sister Larissa Jones. She had Joseph O'Vera, her husband. She had my baby daddy, Austin John Metter, the one that was abusing us that I'm pregnant by. She had the people from the Montgomery County Jail, but mainly the inmates that they had bringing me the poison trays and poison drinks, poison in my meals. She had they legion too. She had my grandmother Irma Marshall's spirit, and this was some sort of ritual. She had my father Andrew Jones. She had my cousin Kiana Wiley. She's my auntie's oldest daughter. She's supposed to be a Christian, but when Cynthia had came into my body, she came with a legion of demons, and they was all talking and telling me the type of ritual that it was that they was about to try to perform on me. And Cynthia was saying, oh, it's because you shot Austin. And because, and she said, first of all, the floor started moving. The whole floor of the ground started moving, and Cynthia showed me the jail being hell. And then she showed me visions of them making my son give Austin oral sex with devil horns on. And she said, I'm going to molest your son's bottom. And my husband, her husband Joseph O'Vera, was talking, and he said, he gonna do it too. And he said, and I'm gonna molest your son's bottom too. And then she said, and Austin going to put devil horns on your son and make him give him oral sex. And then she said, they had the spirits of the black men in America, the black Freemasons. They said that's who they were, because they was all talking and all doing the ritual to where she said she was the Grand Witch. Cynthia said that she was sick and needed a new body, and that she wanted my body, that she wanted my son, that her husband wanted my son's body, and that Austin wanted my baby, something about the baby body that I'm carrying, and something about Cynthia said she was sick and gonna die and gonna go to hell, and she was trying to do some demonic possession on our bodies to try to put her soul up in our bodies, and that if we didn't say the name of Jesus, that she could stay in our bodies, and that everybody in the jail knew what kind of ritual it was that they was performing. And she was in my body with all of their spirits, and told me that if I did not say the name of Jesus and allow her to stay in my body, that she would make me one of the most richest, powerful women in the country. But she had said that she had molested my little boy, and she said that Austin was going to hand him over to the Conroe police after that, and let the Conroe police rape him and molest him in a room, and allow gang members, racist white gang members and inmates. They said they was gonna let all the inmates in the Montgomery County Jail come and have sex with him. And when they did this, I started going crazy and asking them to take me out the cell. And they was trying to say that I needed to say that I wanted to kill myself in order for them to let me out of the cell. So they put me in the cell called the shitter, stripped me of all of my clothes and put me in a turtle suit. and then put me in the shitter cell, filming me and strapping me down to a chair while I was screaming, y'all being racist, and the only reason why y'all was doing this to me is because he is white and I'm a pregnant black woman and I was protecting myself, and he was raping me and hitting me, and they drugged me through the jail laughing and filming me while she had put demons in me, and she was in me trying to do a demonic possession, and the black men was trying to lie and say that they were Jehovah and condemning me to death. Then when they put me in the cell, the black men, Freemasons, was saying, we gonna rape your son and we gonna rape him until he dead, because you shot a white man in America, and we gonna rape your baby until he's dead, and we gonna mutilate him, and we're gonna give him herpes and AIDS all over his body. And Jehovah and Jesus Christ came in the cell while they was doing this, and she said, we gonna kill that rat in your belly. And they was trying to make me behave violently while she was in my body, trying to make me kick the door, and she was telling me to run, and try to make the guards slam me on my stomach. And then so they had said so much wickedness to me. Then they tried to make me denounce Jesus Christ and Jehovah, and they made the chair lean back while I was in the cell doing witchcraft, and then said they was in my body, and she had put demons, and she had demons. She had legions of demons, and it was everybody that was trying to help her murder me that knew about my case. And she had drug dealers from the community, that she had drug dealers involved as well that sold weed over there in Conroe, and she was trying to do perform a death ritual, and when they said they was gonna rape my son, I heard my son screaming. And when I was in the back of the Montgomery County Jail, when she got in me, I seen visions of some Illuminati men coming and snatching up my little boy. And at the time, he had a little ponytail in his head, and he was screaming. And I heard my son screaming like a girl, voice high-pitched screaming. And they had said that they was finna cut his tongue out, or that they said they cut his tongue out already. In the vision, they said we cut his tongue out, and he was screaming. And then they said, you gonna get your tongue cut out. They said, we cut your baby's tongue out, and he took it like a G, and you over here screaming and crying, and we already cut your son's tongue out. And then that's when they were dragging me up to the cell, and this was when she was in my body, and they were saying what they was gonna do to us. And so I seen in the spirit them snatch my little boy up like sideways, and they said they cut his tongue out, and he was screaming. And then they put me in the cell, and then they did witchcraft, showing me my son, and showing them cutting his body up, with his body cut up with herpes all over his skin, and his body. They did witchcraft, showing me his body cut up. And after they said they was gonna take him in a room and let everybody rape him, and let everybody in the jail rape him, and let all of the Conroe, the white devils from the Conroe Police Department rape him, and then all the black men was doing the ritual, saying that, oh, this white women country, and I'm lucky they let me live in their country, and that I was ugly and black, and that they was gonna rape my son with them. They said their specific words was they was gonna stick dicks in his mouth. They said they was gonna make my little boy suck their dicks, and they was so disgusting to say that they would give him worms in his behind and give him worms in his stomach. And Cynthia was saying that she had worms, and that they all had worms, and that they would give him worms in his belly and until he died, and that they would give me worms, and that they would give me AIDS, and that they would rape me, and that they would rape us. And then my family was performing the ritual just fine with them, but then all of a sudden they started making me think that they would rape my family as well. And so, make a long story short, Jesus Christ and Jehovah came in the cell, and he flew up in me, First he had got in my body when they was saying they was gonna kill me for denouncing Jehovah and Jesus Christ. When they said, when they made the chair lean back while I was in the cell and said they was gonna kill me for denouncing Jesus Christ and Jehovah, this is when Jehovah had came out of my body, and he started talking for me out of my body because I was so scared that they said, we're going to kill your son and take your son and murder your son if you keep saying the name of Jesus and Jesus Christ. And then they said, we finna take him and kill him right now. And then I just kept saying, Jesus, Jesus, Jehovah, Jesus. And then that's when Jehovah had came out of my body, and he started talking. He took over my whole mouth. He took over my whole body, and he said, take my son into your kingdom, Satan, but do not kill him, but kill me, because he was not allowing me to denounce him for whatever ritual they was trying to perform. And so God had said for them to let me fight for the honor of my family, and that he would be doing stuff, that he would poke their eyes out during the fight, that he would let me poke their eyes out, because they were trying to have guards, two white male guards. God said, go get two of your strongest men and let me fight them outside to avenge my family, because then Cynthia said, if you tell anybody, they gonna kill your whole family. They gonna kill me. They gonna shoot me up. She said, they killing me. They gonna kill me and your family. She said, they killed us. She said, they killed us. And she was doing all kind of witchcraft, just being wicked and telling all kind of lies and everything, saying she was dead, saying they shot and killed Austin, said they shot and killed everybody in my family. And then so God said, well, let me fight two of your strongest men and take me outside and fight them so I can avenge my family. And they was about to do it. And the two white guards was about to fight me after saying they killed my family, and they really didn't kill my family. So they were just doing a lot of witchcraft. And then Jesus said, he said, I'm poking eyes out and everything. He was in me. It wasn't me. And Jesus said, he poking eyes out and everything. And then they didn't want to fight me after Jesus said that if they fought me and I'm a female, if them guards fought me, he said he was going to make me poke their eyeballs out. And then they didn't want to fight after that. And then so they had told me to get on the ground of the cell. They had black women coming in and telling me to get on the ground, and they had made me drink some stuff that was chemical, and I had fell out, and I didn't remember going to sleep or nothing. She told me to get on the ground. She had a gun on her waist, so I listened to her, hoping she didn't shoot me. One of the white guards that was trying to do the ritual too, and they said they was Illuminati, and Cynthia said, don't say that they was Illuminati or they was gonna kill me, but I kept saying Illuminati, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna have to kill her because we put these demons in her. We told her who we was. We told her we was all child molesters, and she not listening. She not denouncing Jesus and Jehovah, and she telling on us, and she telling that we Illuminati, and we finna kill her. And then Jesus Christ had came in me and wouldn't let me denounce him, so they put me on the ground, and I don't remember anything other than waking up with a legion of demons above my head, and I was on the ground. And my sister, God had made them tell me why they wanted me dead. And the legion of demons looked like the coronavirus, but it was clear, and it was huge, and it was all of they nasty spirits together who had tried to get in my body, and they was above me on the ground. And my little sister said she was trying to make me kill myself. Not that I wasn't gonna be no powerful woman in the world. I wasn't gonna get no money, none of that stuff Cynthia was trying to tell me about letting her stay in my body and denouncing Jesus. My God made them tell me the truth, that they was trying to make me kill myself. So if I would have denounced Jesus Christ and Jehovah, then Cynthia would have took demonic possession of my body and made me kill myself inside of the cell due to demonic possession. And my little sister's spirits, and they was witches. They was doing witchcraft, and they was gonna try to make me kill myself in the cell by being up in my body, because I'm not suicidal. And then so Cynthia Austin was sitting back laughing and thinking everybody was gonna help kill me for him and lie about the evidence because he got shot. And then they had said, Cynthia said that she sold her soul to Satan. She said when a long time ago, she said you said hail Satan or whatever, and then Jehovah had came and was like, nah, she mine. And then he made her tell me, Cynthia said that she sold her soul to Satan. She said that she made a deal with the devil and sold her soul to Satan, and that he comes and rapes her and he hurts her and he abuses her. And then God said Austin did it too, and God said Austin took an oath. And then the Illuminati wanted to know, well, Andrea, we thought you wanted to be in the Illuminati because you was always looking up information about us on my cell phone. I was researching them because they was throwing up 666 all in Hollywood and all over the country, and they was acting demonic, and I wanted to know what was going on, and I wanted to know who God was. And then when I was trying to figure out who Jehovah and who the real God was, they was lying and saying that Satan was God. So then that's why I figured out what was going on. And then God said, no, Andrea inquired about information. He said Andrea did not take no oath, but God said Austin did. And then Austin had ran while God was in the cell. He heard they all ran like boom because they was trying to do a death ritual on me, and then they ran. And then they kept trying to come back to the cell and try to get in my body. My dad, Andrew Jones, had flew up in my body, trying to get up in my body, and Jehovah had to fly in my body and make him get out. And he stood and he manifested himself so much in my body that my voice changed, and I started talking like this. Like I was like, that it was God. And then he was like, y'all, he said they better stop trying to kill me. He said if y'all keep trying to kill her, then he said if y'all kill Andrea, he said I'm gonna take your soul and I'm gonna put it in her dead body in the grave, and then I'm gonna make you sit there in her dead body, and I'm gonna put her spirit in your body that's still alive. And then they all got scared and ran. And then so my sister Larissa Jones, and then they had me starting to act cuckoo in the cell, like I was scared like that. And that's when Jehovah had jumped in my body, and then he made me stand strong. And then he started talking to him, and one of the guards came to the cell and said something, and then when I opened up my mouth and said something to him, my voice was deep. And God was talking, and he was like, if y'all keep trying to kill her, I'm going to put your soul in her dead body in the ground. And then so they ran, and then I was scared. I was like, damn, they finna go and tell people that I'm demonically possessed or something, because I couldn't get my voice to go back to normal because God was in me. And then God said, tell her while y'all trying to kill her. And then my lawyer, Inga Chandler, that was supposed to be representing me, that had the evidence, she told me that she said, I can go to some court and get your charges dropped on you by tomorrow, and then do it and let them sit in there trying to murder me and my baby, and I'm pregnant. I told her I was pregnant. And then God had told them, he said, tell her why y'all want her dead. And then Inga Chandler was saying this because they was wicked and I was of God, and that they needed to try to kill the righteous off the earth so that they can do what they wanted to do, and that I was one of the righteous, and that they needed to try to murder me so that they could do evil deeds. And then that was the truth. And then so God had said, he was like, get that baby body out that hot water. To Austin, he showed Austin having my son. He was 2 years old at the time. Austin was leaning back in the bathtub, and he had my son in front of him, and he was trying to do something or try to leave my baby body dead in some scorching hot water. And God said, get that baby body out that hot water. And his voice was very, very deep, deeper than anything you ever heard. And so I didn't know what was going on because he was saying it through me, but I didn't know what God was talking about. And then the Illuminati men that was trying to murder me in the jail, the guards, was saying they needed to kill somebody because we knew too much. And they were like, we need to kill somebody as a blood sacrifice because of the fame of my case, and that all the celebrities had came doing witchcraft visitations on me, and they were saying we need a blood sacrifice because Andrea is famous. and we need to kill her son now as a blood sacrifice, and we're gonna kill her and that baby so Austin can be famous as a blood sacrifice, because they felt like I owed them something. And God said, Andrea don't owe y'all nothing because she famous. She don't owe you nothing. She don't owe you no blood sacrifice. And they was trying to set my little boy up to get hit by cars while I was in there. They was trying to leave him by himself and let him fall off of furniture. They was trying to do anything to try to make him have an accident and get killed. And God was showing it. And then they was trying to punch the baby in me in the belly. And God was showing that they were trying to make Austin famous, and that Kim Kardashian was involved, trying to lie about it and make Austin famous on Instagram and let him have 20 million followers, saying that his crazy baby mama shot him, and let them kill the baby in me in as a blood sacrifice for Austin, and then let Austin go back to the scene of the shooting and pretend like he was the victim and take pictures and have me and my babies dead while he get famous because he was white, and that the whole country was gonna let them do this, and that they would be in the Illuminati, that they would be famous, that they would know rich people, and that they could have anything that they wanted. And so Jehovah had said, get my baby body out that hot water. And then they had said we're going to kill one of them. And then they had showed trying to kill Austin. And then they was finna kill Austin and Cynthia because it didn't go the way that they had wanted it to go. So they was mad, saying they was about to kill them. And then Cynthia had said she was a Grand Illuminati witch. And then Austin had said his mama was a Grand Illuminati witch. And then the Illuminati men had stopped, like, okay, we're not going to kill them because we know that they one of us. And then they came to kill me, saying that we choose the white boy, we choose the white man over Andrea because Andrea don't look the way that we want her to look. Andrea in here looking all toe up, and they said I had herpes, and I don't have herpes. And God was making fun of them, like, okay, even if she did have herpes, that ain't nothing the little Valtrex couldn't fix. But I didn't have herpes. They was looking at something on my lip. It was because I was not drinking the poison that they was giving me, and I was thirsty. And you know when you thirsty and you lick your lip and it get dry, so they thought I had herpes because of that. And I didn't have shit. And they tried to say I had AIDS, and God told them that I did not have AIDS. And then they tried to say that my son had it, and God said my son didn't have AIDS either. And then so they was saying that we're gonna kill Andrea, and then God said Andrea mama was a Grand Illuminati witch too. And for some reason, something about our mothers being grand witches had a lot to do with some power about them not having to think twice before you kill her child in a cell for some reason. And God told them that. And then so he said my mother was a Grand Illuminati witch, and then God had said that I was worth a lot of money, but because God had said that baby body is worth something $1 million, talking about my son when he said get my baby body out that hot water. And then God said, and them twins that she carrying is worth worth 100, and altogether it came out to $273 million. So he said my son body was worth 63 or something million dollars. Cause I told y'all they threatened to rape and mutilate them and do all that. And then he said them twins that she carrying, cause they was trying to kill the babies, and they had made me drink some poison that made me pass out on the floor. And when I got up off the floor, cause I woke up like this, and when I got up off the floor, my skin had purple veins going all through it. I looked dead. My soul felt like it was not in my body no more. It felt like I was in the spirit realm watching them try to cover up my murder. And then my belly wasn't moving, like the fetal movement was gone. And then so I wasn't worried about the fetal movement. I was worried about I couldn't feel my body. I felt like I was dead, and I started to freak out watching them try to cover up my murder. And then God had started praying in Hebrew or another language, and he did like this and went over my whole body and turned my skin back brown. And then he did like that and pointed to my wound. And then it started moving, like he started praying over it, and it started moving again. And then God said I was pregnant, And then he said, get that baby body out that hot water to Austin. And then he said, and them twins that she carrying is worth such and such $1 million. And then said my baby body worth millions of dollars. And I added it up, what God said, and it was $273 million. And then God had told them to take me out of the cell, because then they tried to come in there asking me, was I hearing voices after they tried to do the ritual. They were going to try to say I was a mental patient and that I was hearing voices because they tried to do a death ritual, witchcraft death ritual on me, and they came in the cell doing witchcraft, and they know that I knew what they did. And so I didn't know my stomach was like almost flat like this, and it was moving a lot, and God said something about them twins that she carrying, and I didn't know what he was talking about because I don't know. I haven't seen no ultrasounds or anything, but it do feel like I got 2 babies in me. And so they was coming and saying, what day is it? They had psychiatrists come up to the door and say, what day is it? And God was still in me, but he calmed the tone of my voice to where it wasn't deep anymore, but it was still him talking. And he told the psychiatrist, he said, put her in the cell, because the shitter cell don't have no bed, no water, no shower. He said, put her in the cell with running water and a bed, and then come back and ask her how her mental health is. Then come back and ask me how my mental health is. So he was talking for me, the Holy Spirit. And then so the psychiatrist said put her back in the segregated housing unit where they first started doing the ritual. And then on the way back there, they was trying to kill me on the way back to my cell, and God was talking to them and telling them something about my lawyer being responsible for them trying to murder me, and that she needed to come and see me right away, that my lawyer needed to come make sure that I was alive or that she was going to be in trouble. That's what God said. And then the guards did not kill me. They listened to the Most High God, and then they made sure they did not kill me and put me back in my cell safely. And then so they was still trying to poison me in my trays though while I was in there and lying about my pregnancy. And when they put me back in the cell, I heard Joseph O'Vera come doing witchcraft through the jail with Austin, and they spirit was like, where are my babies? Joseph O'Vera had threatened to rape my son when they were doing the ritual and trying to kill me, and he was crying. He was crying, and he had a gun.